Hello there. How's it going? All right, so I put this up for posterity and anybody who wants to show up. All right, so I put this up for posterity. Turn that down. So, hello. If you want, leave some comments down below, ask questions. So today what I'm going to do on this live stream, I'm going to open these two figures up. This is Star Wars Crimson Empire. This is the Carnor Jax. It's like backwards to me. Hey, Kat. Hey, Salacious. And then I'm going to open the Jaxxon. These are actually pretty cool boxes, but I thought I'd just mention like what happened was I had both of these on pre-order, but this is your new favorite show. Oh, look at this. And then he's excited for Jaxxon, probably because he's a rabbit. Hey, Cat. And again, and it's your new favorite show. Yeah, this is going to be probably pretty short because I can rip these out of the box really, really quick. But yeah, it was either this or make like a standard video. And I didn't see anybody streaming right now, so I thought, hey, I'll jump on and I'll just do a stream. The interesting thing about these two figures that I was saying was that I had these on pre-order from GameStop. And the problem with that is they are still on pre-order from GameStop. And this one I got from Shop Disney in like a day. And this one I walked into GameStop today and he was sitting there on the shelf. So it was kind of like an interesting story behind that. Yes, Carnor Jax. You know, Kat, I actually kind of made fun of this figure when it was first coming out because not made fun of it, but I took my old Imperial guard and I just pulled back his cloak and revealed that it's pretty much the same figure except for its repaint. So when I get this out of the box, we are going to take a closer look at the figures themselves just to show the similarities. And thank you. And then Monday, see, that's what I'm talking about. Mine are like nowhere in sight. So let's get this guy open right away just because we can. And I just have to figure out the best way that I want to do this because these boxes are actually pretty cool. They look like little books, like they would go on the shelf. And it's, yeah, I canceled my pre-orders actually, but I love the box here because it almost looks like a book. And I almost wish that they had thought of this originally with the Black Series. I see Mark at Shabby Geek, he had all his Black Series, like red boxes, like lined up on the shelf. But wouldn't it have been cool if it was like these, where you could like take them off the shelf. They had like some artwork on the front and then you open it up and saw the figure. If they were all like that, I might have been an inbox collector, but they're not. 8,000 Scoths, thanks for joining us. But anyways, I want to open this. I'm going to take a look at it. I didn't do it ahead of time. I just grabbed them. And it looks like there's like a little tape right there. So I'm going to start there and see what happens. Okay. And then, so I'm just going to cut that tape. And yeah, look at that. Get my finger under there. And it'll open really nice. I don't usually keep those. And it slides out really nice from the box. So the box is totally reusable and keepable. And then he's in his nice protective outfit here. So the cool thing about this guy, he doesn't come with that standard Imperial Guard. Open it gently. Oh, I should have read that first, but I didn't. So he comes with this double-bladed staff, which is actually really cool. The one thing about those Praetorian Guards that they came out with Snoke was that they all had like different weapons, which I thought was really cool. So it's unfortunate that the Imperial Guards, you know, pretty much had this and they had that little pistol. Now, my pistol on this guy is gone because I had to give it to one of my speeder bike troopers. But I felt like it was a good trade-off because you never see it anyways. And I've never seen them draw their guns out in the movie. So this is the Carnor Jax, and it has a different fabric on the cape. And the interesting part about this is on the inside of the cape, it has this wonderful metallic reflective purple, which is actually kind of like a neat like color to it. I don't know much about this character, but I do like it. And you see like the gun in the holster. You barely see it there. And it's like got this little string like holding it in. That's because if it didn't have that, it would just get lost on the floor. So anyways, I'm going to get rid of this piece from the Imperial Guard. And if I take this and just pull it back, so it is a much deeper red on the Imperial Guard than the Carnor Jaxx. The Carnor Jaxx has like a brighter red on there. And but you got the black instead of that. So his head's covered up. He's the Imperial Guard. And you can see that pretty much this is going to be exactly the same mold, it looks like. Thank you, Kat. Yeah, so I actually was going to try to take one of these and have an extra one that's still in the box. And I was going to like try to trim the cape back and just repaint him. But I'm kind of glad that I didn't do it, because now I can have my Emperor with like 2 guards on the side, and I'll have this figure, which is already painted for me anyways. The one thing that I wanted to kind of like look at was, I'm going to bend one of the knees just to see. And yeah, it's got the same, it's just painted different, but you can tell that they got the same double jointed knee and the same lower legs. So those are the same molds. And then I was looking at this guy's arm and I thought, oh, okay, well, maybe it's a little bit different, but the arms are pretty much the same too. So it is the same mold. It just looks much thinner. I'm telling you, this guy looks much thinner when you're looking at him. And I think it just happens to be like the paint scheme. So that's a good trick for me. Like if I want to look thinner, I could just wear like darker colors, like on the side, maybe get a 2-tone shirt and just have the insides black. But yeah, this guy actually looks really, really cool. And then he's got his double bladed staff, which I think is kind of neat. And did you see that? The gun's like taped in, but just a little bit of manipulating the figure and the gun just popped out. Yeah, it is purple. Look at this. Amazing, right? That is some bright purple. So anyways, the gun popped out. It's in my carpet right now, but luckily it didn't go very far. I'm going to try to keep this thing like with that rubber band in. I'm going to try to do that, but I'm going to set the gun aside right now just so that I can manipulate the figure. The thing about this that's interesting is he doesn't have that staff that the Emperor's Guard would carry. So I'm kind of curious why they did this hand with the figure. I don't know if that hand actually holds the gun better, because the speeder bike troopers don't have that hand grip. No, it to me, I don't think it does. You can see like it's not congenial to holding that. The reason why I think that they have that hand is because on the Imperial Guard, you can like put the hand like that, and you could stick the staff in his hand like that, and he holds the staff up on his shoulder just like he would when he's like doing his protection duties. So it's interesting that they didn't just change the hand so that you could have like a regular hand, since he doesn't have that staff, but they gave him the same hand, which is kind of like interesting to me. So that's kind of interesting. I figured they would have like changed the hand around a little bit to make it more easier for him to either hold the pistol or hold the staff. But that's Carnor Jaxx with his bright purple on the inside. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to swap heads on that, because I actually have never taken one of these heads off, by the way, Salacious. So I'm hesitant to do it, because on the Vader figure, it's really hard to get like the head off. And so I had done it once on a Vader, but it was difficult. But I think it has that peg down in the neck. So some of these figures where like you can take out the neck too, that one might be able to go into one of those. Oh, you know, that's a good idea now that you I'm thinking about it out loud. But anyways, let's move on to Jaxxon. I know this is going to go pretty quickly. Like I said, I can get these figures open really quick. So let's take a look at Jaxxon. And I know Salacious is out there in the audience, and he's like thinking Speed Demon right now. That's some sort of a Michael Jackson song. He's super excited about that video. He watches it like every other day, I think. Yeah, poor Vader. Yeah. So I have, so I buy lots sometimes, like lots. When I say lots, groups of figures, right? Like online auctions. And so what I'll do with them sometimes is like, sometimes you get like 2 or 3 Vaders in there. And one time I made a Malgus out of one for a friend. And I've been trying different stuff with them. Like, let's see if I got this guy on the shelf. I don't think I have him on my shelf anymore. But if you look at my short videos, I did one where the Leia on the speeder bike is speeding by, and then she gets pulled over and gets a ticket from like a patrol officer or whatever. And I had taken a Vader figure, and I had figured out how to get a head to fit on there. It doesn't have any rotation, but it was the head from an Inferno Squad Trooper. So I was able to get that on there, and it looks okay. He looks a little bit different. I think that was actually a Vader figure body. And I was just trying to do something different with that because it didn't come with a helmet. It was one of the ones that had the removable helmet. And because it was sold as used figures or whatever, didn't have the helmet. So I always try to find some way to repurpose them. Now, this is Jaxxon. I don't have anything like this in my collection, like an animal type figure, except for this little tiny, I don't even know where he is anymore, monkey lizard dude that, well, Hulk squashed it. So I probably don't have that because I think he's just flat. But this is Jaxxon. I think he looks really, really cool. I think this is actually like a really, really interesting thing that they did with these figures because I think it's really neat that they actually did something out of the ordinary, right? And I think this is a sign of things to come, because if you think about Jar Jar Binks figure, I know it sat on the shelves and became kind of a peg warmer. I think that was just the curse of Jar Jar Binks, that he would become a peg warmer. And maybe because they released a carded figure of him so soon, I think they should have just left the deluxe figure out there and maybe waited like a year before re-releasing him on some type of a card. But when I see a figure like this, and it seems like he's pretty popular, and then I think about that Jar Jar, I have hope that we're going to see like a Hammerhead, a Walrus Man, and maybe some other creatures in the Black Series range like this. Because up until now, I feel like besides Zeb and Chewbacca, I feel like we're not really getting like good creatures, right? I think that's a loss on their part. Now, this figure actually has really good range of motion, right? He's got the double jointed down there, just like everybody else. But if you were to, well, no, it looks like it might be I thought it would be like a totally updated body mold, but it's not. And I'm looking at it now and I'm thinking, this might be a body mold from like an X-Wing pilot or something. Up until they put this like little molded piece on up here, but this rest of it could have been some type of a pilot because of the way that he's situated. He's got that stripe down the belly. Then he's got this little, he's got this little piece up here that shows that. But I mean, he's really cool. And he comes with these 2 pistols. Now, these are kind of similar. They're like a cross between something like Han Solo would carry, but they go into these side holsters. And man, this guy looks really, really cool. Yeah, I'm really excited to get this guy open because there's a couple of short videos that I want to make. And maybe I'll just kind of like, I was thinking about kind of doing a cross here. I got my G.I. Joe Gung Ho, and I'm imagining like here he is walking. What's up, Doc? I'm hunting rabbit. Something like that. I don't know. We'll see how I get that to work, but I think that would be really funny because he kind of reminds me of old Elmer Fudd a little bit. But I'm really happy to have this figure in my collection. And he's probably going to go up on one of my higher shelves where I have like my little hodgepodge of figures. But let's see. I think I was making fun of my little Toy Salacious. Oh, yeah. You like that? He needs a monkey lizard friend. Oh, you finally heard me say that he was squashed? Yeah, rabbit season. See? And the thing is, I would be curious to know who would actually get the reference if I did it today. Like, what's the age cutoff for remembering that there was Looney Tunes? Because I feel like that has kind of gone away. And I'm almost like, who would remember that besides, you know, my age group or whatever? And what's the age cutoff that would actually remember Elmer Fudd going hunting for ground squirrel, or like Daffy Duck trying to like change out hunting season for duck season or whatever. The cool thing about this Jaxxon is that they got him with 2 guns, which makes him like really kind of cool, right? I mean, if you got him up there, I mean, I think I have to change my displays a little bit, right? Because I think I just have all my figures just standing around. And I think I'm going to need to change them a little bit so they're all in like some type of like an action pose. Because this guy really deserves to be in the action. Maybe I'll have him and Cad Bane have some type of like a shootout or something like that. Oh, see, I got plastic all over the floor. Because Cad Bane, he's got his double guns, and he's like an old Western. And then you got Jaxxon here, who's got his double guns, and the 2 of them could probably go 15 paces, turn and shoot. You know, that would actually be kind of, maybe that would be kind of interesting. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. You know, it's funny because there's a channel called TV Land or Me TV or whatever out here. I don't know if they have that everywhere, but on Saturday mornings, they started showing like Saturday morning cartoons again. And one of the blocks is actually Bugs Bunny and Friends. And the coolest thing about that is watching those old Roadrunner cartoons, because those used to be my favorites. But they do once in a while have like a hunting one, which is kind of cool. So let's see. So I got the Jaxxon and the bunny rabbit. I call him the bunny rabbit. I just said the Jaxxon and the bunny rabbit, and I meant, I'm trying to put the gun back in here. Jaxxon and Carnor Jax is what I actually meant, but I said Jaxxon and the bunny rabbit. So I think that's pretty funny to me. I'm just talking out loud right now. I do that all the time where I just mix it up. But I've been calling this guy the bunny rabbit for quite a while. I keep saying, I don't know when the bunny rabbit's going to get here, but I am just really like, this figure right here just looks super cool. And I am really pleased to have actually picked this up after making fun of it when it first announced. I did not get the Luke Skywalker, the one that was painted black. I went ahead and painted a Dagobah Luke that I got from GameStop for $11, and I think I'm pretty happy with that. I didn't need the little whatever the force sensing animal that he comes with. It didn't seem like it had any articulation, so I didn't get that. Oh, you got it? Good. Hey, Mark. And but I am glad I get this guy. I am kind of interested though in this like bright purple on the inside of this cape. I'm like, this is amazing to me. I'm like, who is this guy with this bright purple, and is he going to a party? It's like he's going to Studio 64 or something, right? He's going to flip that around when he gets there. He's like leaving the house. All right, I'm leaving now. I'm going out with my friends. And then as soon as he gets there, boom, right? He flips that cape inside out, and look at that, right? He just flips that inside out, and the next thing you know, he's the life of the party. Woo! Woo! That is amazing. But yeah, I do like this guy right here. I think he's going to probably be in quite a few pictures coming up. And maybe if I can figure out how to get rid of my do my stop motion a little bit better this week, I can do a shootout maybe with him and Cad Bane or something. That would be kind of cool to do. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with these two figures, and I just thought I'd show them off. Does anybody have any questions about my room or my little place in here? Anybody want me to show something that maybe you've seen in the past? Or yeah, give us Hammerhead. That would be like really cool. That's what I was saying earlier. I don't know if you were on the stream then, but I was talking about how like this Jaxxon gives me hope. Jaxxon and Jar Jar give me hope that they're actually considering doing more creatures from the Star Wars universe. I think that like I did not get them all, Cat, but yeah, like he's still on pre-order. This is a thing. And when I went to GameStop, he said, yeah, we had them all on the shelf, but he was gone. They got like, you know, just a handful of them and he was gone. But my pre-order is still wherever. And I've seen that like a lot of people have gotten them, but luckily I found Carnor Jaxxon on the shelf today. But yeah, with the Jaxxon and the Jar Jar, I'm really hoping that that's a sign of things to come, that they're going to be giving us some more creatures. I know this guy's not from like the movie lines or anything like that, but I think it's actually really cool. And almost this guy could fit in anywhere. Like if you're a multi-line collector and you wanted to do like some space type photos, this guy could like fit in to maybe Guardians of the Galaxy pictures or something like that, because he just looks space age, right? Like, and Guardians is kind of corny that way anyways. Yeah, I wish I had the Maul. The Maul looks awesome. I have a couple, so I'll pull out my Darth Mauls. I got, let's see, do I have them both? Up here somewhere. Okay, hold on. Yeah. So I got two different areas. I got these like clones up here, and then I got my Empire type figures. So I have this version of Darth Maul, but I was able to get two of them. So I have him in his two different looks. So when you got this guy originally, he came like this in the box with this head as a head swap. And so when you took this head, this cloak comes off with the head, and then you just like are left with the head. So those are the two Mauls that I have, but I am totally looking forward to getting the Maul to add up there. I don't know where I'm going to actually stick him, but I think that when I finally get that Maul, I'm going to be jazzed with that one. I don't know how I'm going to, maybe I'll do another live stream or whatever to just open them up. But this is kind of like the way that I like to have mine situated on the shelf with this head. But I do have this guy standing up on, well, not anymore, but he's usually standing up behind my Emperor and my Luke and my Vader, and up there with Kylo Ren, and in like a little area that I have. I leave him like this. But yeah, I am looking forward to that new Maul. I think he's going to go really well. All right. Yeah. But I do like this one for some photography and stuff like that. I mean, this Maul was always really had good articulation on it. It was one of my more favorite articulable figures, just because he could do, you know, one of these kinds of poses where he's got that action pose. So I think it really led to this figure being able to like set him up, you know, to do like the fights and stuff like that, which is unfortunate because the Kenobi that I have and the Anakin that I have do not have that same level of articulation. So when they're doing posing, Maul's the one that does all the posing, and the other two kind of just like stand around. But like I said, I was super excited to get the Carnor Jax today. I thought he was real. I think he's really cool. So the only thing that I have to say about this figure that I wish they would have done differently is this one hand. I wish they wouldn't have given him the standard Emperor's Guard's hand, because like I said, I think this hand was totally designed to hold that staff. And since he doesn't have it, he could really use another hand. And let's see. But I think this guy's going to be pretty cool for like posing out. I'm really impressed with that purple in the back, and then Carnor Jax, of course, right? So there are the two figures that I got. And today, well, not really, because I had the Carnor Jax for about a week. I've been trying to think of what to do with them. And like, you know, if I was going to open them or leave them in the box. But the cool thing about these two figures and the way they package them is they could totally go back into the box for like display. If you didn't want to like leave them out, like if you're not an open box person, you don't like, if you wanted to take them out, I think the boxes totally allow you to display them back in the box and to be able to take them out and enjoy them. So I think that's actually really cool. Yes, there you go, Mark. Extra hands for these figures would be awesome, because I mean, with this guy right here, he doesn't need this hand, right? But he does need to be able to hold on to the staff, and he does need to be able to hold on to his gun. Yeah, I guess you could do that, right? Like, I'm coming for you. I just won't be able to hold this double-edged staff with that hand because I can't hold on to it. Well, I guess so, right? Like, he could. I guess it looks all right. Like if he was doing something like getting ready for fighting. I think I've held my knife in the kitchen like that when I'm getting ready to cut an onion. Oh yeah. That could look pretty cool. Yeah, that does work, right? But he could have used a different hand, and these trigger finger hands, like he should have come with something like that. Or actually, let's take a look at a speeder bike guy and see what his hand looks like, because he's the one that has the same gun. So you see, like, he's got the same trigger finger hand, but it's not as pronounced. He doesn't have that second finger sticking out, and his hand is so that little bridge of the gun can go right around the front fingers, and then he can get his finger into the gun. So this guy needed a hand to be able to hold on to that gun. That's what he needed. Vader with a trigger finger. Yeah. It does. The holster, the blasters, but the hands look stupid. Yeah. So this hand is kind of like, well, it's because this hand is like, you know, it's the same body mold as the original one. And you know, it was really just designed for standing him up with his staff. But I think they do that a lot of times with like figures where they like release them with some hand and you're like, how am I supposed to use that hand for anything? So yeah, a collection of hands like they give you with the Marvel Legends would be super awesome, because then you can swap the hands, you can do different stuff with them. I just noticed that when I took Gung Ho off my shelf to stand in for Elmer Fudd, I knocked down my Prophet Destro in the head somewhere. But here you go, Jaxxon. Yeah, it's so funny that like every time like I start taking out figures, I keep taking them out, but I notice that none of them went back onto the shelf. I have a whole bunch of figures here that I took out like yesterday, and none of them went back onto the shelf. I'm going to have to stop doing that. Oh, you mean like on Jaxxon? Yeah, if you take the hands out, if you take the guns and holster then. Right? This is what you're talking about. You got him in the holster, and then you got the hands, and he's holding his finger like he's getting ready. He's getting ready to draw. Dun, 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 dun. Maybe that's how you're supposed to pose him, like, I'm ready. Wah, wah, wah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. But I do like this figure, and this head's probably going to come off. Yeah, look how easy that is to come off. And who could it go on? Let's see. See if this rabbit gets all dressed up. Oh, no, see? So there's a problem with the Marvel Legends where it doesn't really cross over that well because of the way the heads are. But let me see if this one will fit. Yeah, see, some of these guys are, they have the little balls, the little head sockets are a little bit too big to fit on there. So let me, I had taken this one off before. Nope, it's too much. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, like, nobody wants to be like the perfect fit for that Jaxxon head. Well, that's a shame because I was going to do a head swap right now with that, with Jaxxon, but these guys all have like super big, I wanted to do a head swap before I go because I know I like doing them. Okay, that's not going to work. I thought I would do a head swap with this trooper, but I can't get the little ball out. But I was thinking, like, if he was, if I could have, he could have been in there with the Bad Batch outfit. That would have been kind of cool, actually. But I can't seem to get this one piece to pop out. It's the right size too. As well, it's a little bit too small. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this head back on now. This is what happens when you start pulling figures apart. You end up breaking them. Whoops. Oh my gosh. This is no good. Usually I'll take a blow dryer and try to heat this to get these like little pegs apart. But I noticed that some of these newer figures, you didn't really need to do that. But this one, see, the problem is this is the Bad Batch. And if you look inside the regular Trooper's helmet, there is a head in there. And that head is glued in similar to the way that they glued in the Boba Fett helmet. So I got the neck back on, and this is what he would kind of look like with the neck. If I can get that little ball socket, I could get that to like stay on. Yeah, and I think that kind of looks cool too, right? Like, hey, what's up, Doc? So I'll keep working on it. Maybe I'll post a picture if I can ever get this like little post out. And the problem is because I use these pliers and I didn't apply any heat, there's that little ball socket right there. And I'm not sure it's actually going to go back into the neck socket right. And I'm going to have to rig that up somehow. Darn it. All right. Well, this is what happens when you start messing with your figures. But I mean, I can always find a ball socket off of another figure to fix that. So I'm not too worried about it. But that would be Jaxxon if he showed up on the Bad Batch, and then of course let's say he has his own cartoon. He's a soldier. Goes up against Carnor Jaxxon. Oh my gosh! Look at how sharp that blade is. Hopefully, that passes my PG rating. I don't know. Just being silly now. All right. Anyways, I think I'm going to wrap it up. I just wanted to jump on, open these two figures. I really appreciate you guys hanging in with me. Let's see. I'm going to go through some of the comments. Sleeping Collectibles. He's laughing at me. Yes, the heads. I got a head rolling on the ground. Now, maybe I'll pose this guy with the head on the ground next to one of the Jedis. Rabbit Batch. Oh, can you imagine? That would be a great Disney Plus series. One that I would actually watch. Let's see. Yeah, why do they do that? I don't know. They actually, yeah, he does, right? I mean, I think it looks really cool. If I could get that peg and ball in there, right? I thought it would look cooler on like maybe like if I could get, because I've been using this Wolf, Commander Wolf, but the ball on here is way too big and I'd have to modify Jaxxon's head. But like I was thinking about like on Clone Commander Wolf's body a little bit, right? I'd have to paint the neck. This camera is kind of like funny because I'm all backwards, but that's what he would kind of look like. I think that one would look cool too. If I had a 1/12 scale monkey lizard head, I think that would be really cool on a figure like this, right? Like now that we've been doing those pictures for the live streams where we've been putting like that our faces on different people, and I've seen the Rum's head on different characters like the Kevin Costner and the Untouchables and stuff. I think it'd be really cool to have like a head this size, which could go on a figure like this. I think it would be super cool. Speed Demon. Riding on the highway, yeah. I'm not mad about that. I'm just like, oh man, now what am I going to do? Because I think I ruined the peg. I do have Cad Bane. And I was talking about it earlier that I could like pit the two of them together in like a shoot off, like maybe some stop motion where they're standing out in like a corral or something like that. You know, that would be kind of cool. Thanks. I'll do some more. I just jumped on because I didn't see anybody. I don't want to walk on anybody else's stream. So when I look around, I saw nobody was up. I just thought I'd do a quick video. And I had those two figures that I wanted to get open because I want to do some short videos and stuff like that. But it's already longer than I thought. I thought I was going to be on here a half hour. It's gone 40 minutes. I really appreciate everybody stopping by and checking it out. So hope you guys had fun with me. Open up those figures and maybe doing some head swaps in the end. And we'll see you all next time. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, everybody. And happy Father's Day to everybody out there who's celebrating tomorrow. Oh, Brandon just showed up for the end. Hey, Brandon, somebody's coming out of my closet. I'm just kidding. Oh, good. I didn't walk on your stuff. So good. You guys got 20 minutes. I'm probably going to jump on and check out your stream too. So make sure you guys head on over to watch that. And yeah, perfect timing, right? But thanks for coming. I really appreciate it, man. And don't forget to head on over. Mark's on your channel, right? Blue Harvest Toys. All right. For the me and 3 other people who are watching. Anyways, everybody, take care. Have a great weekend. Happy Father's Day. Bye.